Hi, my name is Leon Hurley. I am Associate Editor for officialplaystationmagazine.co.uk.
And I'm Matt Elliott. I am the scriptwriter for CVG.
And we're watching the new Resident Evil 6 trailer.
Which is absolutely full of stuff. And it's really,
Far
really
too
hard.
much stuff. So this is Leon and Helena in the aftermath of the Tall Oaks outbreak, which has been promised is a classic kind of zombie outbreak. They discover this strange laboratory, which appears to be very old, partly from the equipment and from the VHS cassette they watch. No Umbrella logos, which is interesting, but it does unveil this new sort of variant of C virus. The C virus itself is new. The chrysalis is a new process of it. Whether it is a new monster in its own right or is part of how new monsters evolve.
This is our first glimpse of Ada Wong coming back and sort of in full villain mode, it seems, at the moment.
Yeah, she seems to be a bad guy now. She kills Chris's team with the C virus. It appears to be part of the reason why he's changed when he returns. There's a gas man here that flashes past, and he seems to be a new kind of way of distributing the C virus. This man who attacks him is turned almost instantly as soon as he inhales this gas.
I really hope they stick with the name Gasman for that. He's basically he's a walking pile of orifices, it seems.
Yeah, big paws.
Brief glimpse of Hunnigan there, back as sort of specialist support.
Yep. We hear Leon asking to be made, fake their own deaths, because it appears he's shot the president because the president's been turned into a zombie. It looks like they now have to go on the run because people are thinking he's assassinated the president, and they use the fact they go into cover to go to China. They're tracking down the man responsible for everything. In China, they meet Sherry Birkin, not Ashley Graham as previously thought.
Yeah, our mistake. Sorry.
She's protecting Jake Muller, who's actually Albert Wesker's son. Part of what has been suggested is that each of the character pairs have a different kind of gameplay and a different sort of storyline. Here's looks like a new kind of Nemesis or Mr. X. Seems to be a more controllable version.
Yeah, and under the control of Ada Wong, it seems. Yeah. Now, you said to me earlier, Leon, that her sort of henchmen, if you look at them, there's a possibility these could actually be Java.
These seem to be Java, yeah. I've heard that mentioned by a few people. The Java seem to be the most evolved of the mutations. They seem to be quite intelligent. They only go full-on monster when they're severely damaged, much in the same way that Wesker does at the end of 5. He only starts to grow bits and pieces.
Now, this is quite a cool bit as well, because you were saying earlier about how each character is going to be quite different.
Yeah.
Jake here seems to be like he's Johnny Punches, isn't he?
He's Johnny Punches, yeah.
So very heavily melee focused, which makes total sense considering where he's come from.
Yeah.
Another brief glimpse there of that funky method of distributing the C virus.
Yeah. So big needle grenade. Chris is unable to help his team as they're all sort of mutated into monsters, but we see him basically smash the back of his head off. And there is an implication that he's somehow changed, whether he's unhappy because he lost his team or whether he's literally had some kind of brain damage.
And Ada's sort of sole purpose here seems to be to wind him up to the point that he's he's going to end up, as we see in a minute, fighting Leon.
She's always been incredibly antagonistic, but here it seems to be that Leon and Chris are after her for different reasons. Leon seems to want her because she's a witness, possibly protecting him from not being the president's killer, but Chris wants to kill her, I guess, because of what she's done in the past.
And it ends up in the classic Mexican standoff in the last part of the game, which looks like all sort of 3 stories are going to converge in China, in this town in China. And that's it. The one last thing to mention, I think, coming up in a second, is that unusually for a game, it's actually been brought forward 7 weeks.
Which, is massively unusual. Never happens.
We could talk about it for ages, but that's everything we've got for you for now. So thanks very much for watching.
Goodbye.